Everybody, welcome. All right, I'll try to make this not too long, but this is big because this is something that we know the majority of people haven't seen. They haven't seen the opportunity. So at Live Good, Live Good right now, the date is like August 9th. At this point right now, even the CEO will say, "Welcome to the fastest growing company in the world." Maybe they are. Now, if you've only been a shopper for companies and never invested, another company being the fastest growing company in the world doesn't mean anything to you. But if you're invested with it, either as a club member or an affiliate, it will mean something to you. But then a lot of times you're in it, you have no idea. Imagine if you were invested in Amazon. Just picture Amazon, and you caught Amazon when you were $20, when it was $20, what, I don't know, almost 20 years ago. And imagine as it grows, you be like, yes, yeah, I'm part of that company. I'm growing with this company. Be like, hey, I'm in this company. When you look up, you see Amazon on posters and boards, and you like, yeah, I'm part of that. You get pumped and you buy into it even more. That's what Live Good is right now. Live Good within the 3 year mark is growing faster than Amazon was, and Amazon's 3 year mark. And they know what they're doing. Like, they're booming. You see the partnerships they're doing, they're booming. But anyway, with Live Good, you can save money, you can make money, you can invest and have your money growing in the background, or you can promote it and you can grow your money. And they're coming out with more ways to do it, from funds. They're coming out with different ways. They're going to keep coming with ways for people to make more money. So now, this is the cash flow quadrant by a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. He made this to show that he started off as an employee and he ended up as a rich investor. So he wrote this to show people the path, or at least help them understand the different types of money that are out there. When you read his book, he's showing the different types of money. So for one, you can have a job, you're an employee, which most of us start off as, and some of us still are. You can create a job, be self-employed. I know what that's like. You can be self-employed, and if you do it wrong, it's like you're running your own job and it was wrong. Or you can be in this is Live Good at this point, where people work for you. There are people that have brought in thousands of people, a couple thousand. So imagine you have a couple thousand people that you're getting money from, and it's real. You'll hear it. Looking at our top 500, and by the time you're an investor, all the money you made is working for you. So the goal is to, while you're working, or just period, create types of income to where your money works for you. So for a long time I was just, I was an employee. I didn't know any other way. I had an investment, didn't even know what it could do, but I was an employee, didn't know any other way. So that means all the money, I paid everything with the money I made. That was it. Investors, as they learn this, you start creating passive incomes in your background. So while you're an employee, you start building incomes. They use the word passive. Starting building passive incomes, ways to make money without you physically being there. And slowly, as your passive income grows, your passive income starts paying part of your bills. It's paying the phone bills. One guy said, I paid a phone, I paid 2 phones, I paid a car, I paid half the car note, paid the car note. Took me a few months after that, he said, then I was paying my mortgage. So the money that you're making is going in your pocket, and you're paying your bills with your passive income. And you start looking at different ways to pay for things you have. People in the better sector, some of them still have their jobs because the jobs mean too much, especially the educators. They don't pay. All their money they're making from work is going in their pocket. But they're also investors, so they're taking some of that and investing somewhere else. So the passive income is paying all their bills. A whole different reality. The money they're making from work, all those hours, 40 or whatever hours a week, is going into their pocket or to another investment, because now they know what to do with the money. That's the reality of where this is going. It's very possible. And it's a little bit at a time. Pay a couple phone bills with your side hustle, passive income. I say passive income. What here is you tax differently. And these are different tax brackets. You tax the most here. If I do this right, I was taxed decently here, but I really had to write it out. You get better tax break here. You get phenomenal tax breaks here. So for here, we don't get too much money back because we're total employees. We learn to get a little more money back, but you got to do a little more work. You're getting even more money back without doing the work, and maybe without being there. And investors, they learn, when people say, why aren't they paying taxes? Because they work their way up to learn how to have more and pay less. That's what we're going for. And Live Good in this case, when you see people that have, oh my, who knows how many, but you know that they have maybe 2,500, 3,000 people they brought in. And when you start looking at those numbers, you're like, they're generating a phenomenal amount of passive income. And you can just start to imagine where they're going. And eventually, if this is somebody's goal, if they even know this is a goal, that's what they're going for, to where you get to put in, you get to keep more of what you have, but by now you're making way more and you can keep way more. You put it together, it actually turns out pretty good. All right, that's it. Hope this didn't go too long, but this is a broad scope of what is going, and everything below this on this page will support this. All right, everybody, thank you for your time. And ask anything, call right. All right, be good.